Welcome into the Cactus Golf Podcast. This is episode number 89. I am Blair, joined by Matt. Let's get it.
Let's do it.
All right, let's get right into it. We have a pretty exciting episode here. Recapping the U.S. Open. Then we have a full slate here of a signature event, the Travelers Championship preview, and then also LIV Nashville preview and some betting corner. A few news and notes kind of broke this week. Most of the news I had was about the U.S. Open, obviously, but a few things came about. Today, I saw Hideki Matsuyama joining Rory's team on TGL.
Oh, I missed that.
The Boston Common, I believe. So Hideki joining the TGL. We haven't had a whole lot of news about that lately.
No. Well, last news was Tiger announcing his team, I think, right? Which was Tom Kim, Max Homa, and...
I forget who else, but I think it was I think it was adding like Tom Kim. I don't think it was like his team. His team already had a team, but it was like adding Tom Kim, I think, or he had like the beginnings of a team.
I don't know. I just remember it being about Tiger.
Yeah, I saw Hideki joining. Yeah, Rory's team. I don't know who else was on that yet, but yeah, that was the Boston Common
Shane Lowry?
team. Probably. Yeah, that makes sense. And then I also saw there's a new amendment for. We saw this rule where Jordan Spieth got like disqualified for signing an incorrect scorecard. Yeah. So there was an amendment made for the PGA Tour for the players, a 15-minute window to correct an error on their scorecard, even if they leave the defined scoring area. So that's good. Yeah. That's kind of...
I guess my question is, like, you just count wrong?
I guess. Yeah, I don't know exactly how it happened, but I don't think it's obviously, like, in that case... It was Jordan. It's obviously just, an error. It's not like he's trying to cheat.
Yeah.
And obviously the other person signed it too, right? I would imagine.
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember
how
his whole scenario went, but I guess I'm just confused as to, like, how... I understand why he got disqualified, and I get the amendment, like, making adjustments, but, like, it's probably just for counting errors, I would assume.
Yeah, just an honest error. I don't think there's any malicious. So I think having an amendment around that's a good thing for sure. And then also just recently, just a few minutes ago, I saw posted PGA Tour Policy Board approved an exemption that will allow Tiger Woods to compete in all signature events for his entire life, the rest of his life, I should say, I guess. So I don't know if that's necessary because I don't think he's going to be playing much longer. We kind of talked about that a little bit.
Is this like their way of like trying to save him to play a little bit longer? At the U.S. Open press conference, he kind of was like, "Maybe this is my last one." I don't know.
I think he's like the type of guy that's just like he's already missed he missed the Masters cut, missed PGA cut.
He made the Masters.
Made the Masters cut. Yeah. Sorry, he missed the PGA cut.
Missed the U.S. Open.
And missed the U.S. Open recently, and he didn't finish at Riviera. Is that where he played? Not.
He got withdrew because he got sick.
Or was it sick or like spasms, back spasms, or?
I thought he had it was like a medical thing. I thought it was he got sick.
Maybe it was.
I thought it was something with him getting sick.
I think he also had back spasms.
He had something going on.
Because on that one shot, yeah. But yeah, I just don't think he's gonna be, teeing it up a whole lot more. He already said he's only playing the Open the rest of this year.
So let me ask this
question. I think his pride. He's not going to go out there and miss cuts. If he keeps missing cuts, he's not going to keep playing.
Well, he said he's going to keep playing as long as he thinks he's going to win. I think that was like
one
of his quotes.
And right? I don't think he's just ignorant.
But here's my thing. So like a little bit off of the Tiger, not like I don't know, but I don't know if it says or if you know. So for some of these signature events, it's top whatever amount of people, right, that can qualify for it. So is it top whatever amount of people plus Tiger? Or is he taking someone's spot?
I don't know.
Because, again, like, I don't know.
I don't see why they wouldn't just add him.
Yeah.
If it's like this week, for example, is a 72-person field. It's not like it's going to be hard to fit one more in and, like...
You just have an extra pairing, one person extra.
Be able to, like, get all the rounds in. It's not like that's going to be a problem.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it.
But that was starting in 2025.
Is he even going to take advantage of all of them? That's the thing too.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think he's a competitive person. He's gonna want to, but I don't think he's just blind to the fact that he doesn't have it.
Yeah, I think Sunday golf is like, or Sunday Red is like you're gonna play every one of these. Like, please, for the love of God, to play every one of these. We'll make a different.
What's the weekend at Bernie's?
Yeah.
Weekend at Bernie's just to get the Sunday Red action out there.
For sure.
Which is why I mentioned this a few episodes ago. They need to add someone to that line.
Yeah.
I don't know who that would be, but they need to add someone.
I don't know.
Probably within the next 12 months. Because, I mean, Tiger already is probably only teeing it up the majors. I guess he has this exemption to the signature events, but even that's not even every event. So, for the brand, you'd want exposure to every PGA event.
I don't know who it would be.
Maybe somebody on LIV. No way.
It's got to be, like, it's got to be someone that's also, like, more likely a TaylorMade clothing sponsor, or club sponsor.
Probably.
I would assume. So that's a lot of people. It's Scottie, it's Colin Morikawa, it's Rory McIlroy.
But those people already have, Rory's Nike.
Yeah, but Nike's been kind of... Nike Golf's been kind of... So is Scottie, yeah.
Yeah.
Nike Golf's kind of been a little...
But they also just acquired, I guess not acquired isn't the right term, but, Tom Kim last year, he signed with Nike. So it's not like they haven't signed anybody recently.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're not inactive in that over the last couple of years. Not like they're trickling people off, I don't think. Like they brought in Tom Kim recently.
Yeah,
and he's a young guy.
That was the last one that they brought in.
That's the one
at least I know of. At least, yeah.
So I don't know.
I don't know.
But it also depends on maybe the contract's up for some of them, maybe, or I don't know exactly how all those work. But I think that'll be interesting. And I don't think Tiger is gonna take advantage of all of them. Maybe some of them.
Maybe.
He would it would be better for him, obviously, played more if he could.
Yeah.
Because I think I was, hearing people think that he just didn't have a feel for the greens. Obviously not just this week, because everybody had a hard time on the greens this week.
Yeah.
But if he played more, you get a better feel. So
for sure,
better chances, but also
the
body has to hold up.
No matter who you are, it's hard to play only 4 tournaments a year, 5 tournaments maybe, and do well in majority of them. You got to play pretty consistently, competitively, like in tournaments. Like, I'm sure Tiger golf's consistent, like obviously, but it's different when you're actually playing for something and going up against a field of people. So I don't know.
Do you have anything else?
No.
For news? Okay.
No, just a lot of stuff from the U.S.
Yeah, let's get right into it, because I got quite a few tidbits here for the U.S. Open. So I think that was the best major in at least 5 years. I was riveted the entire time.
I was awesome. Excited. I
watched a ton of it. Yeah, it was awesome.
I was honestly super pumped, especially coming down to the last few holes with Bryson. I legit had goosebumps. Just experience.
It was just
witnessing that moment.
It was just riveting.
Wow.
Yeah, it was riveting to watch.
You're hooked, and it's nice when you've got something in a major, someone coming down. It's not, no one's blowing someone away. It's close. There's competition still. For the longest time on Sunday, you had Cantlay, who was in Pavone, who were
kind of there, but bit. They were within arm's reach.
As 15 and on, they kind of started their chances obviously dwindled significantly. And even Tony Finau made a little bit of a late push on Sunday as well. So there was just a lot of competition going in, and then it also helps that 1-2 is LIV PGA going against each other too.
Well, it's just a stacked leaderboard. I mean, DeChambeau, Rory,
Yeah.
Finau, Cantlay, huge names there.
For sure.
Pavone, I mean, we've seen him this year. He's in the first year on the PGA, but we've seen him a little bit.
Yeah.
And Hideki down there. So I mean, just a great leaderboard.
Yeah, you get Xander next with Russell Henley. I mean, it's great. It's an absolutely fantastic leaderboard.
And I think it was a great, it wasn't just an insanely hard course. It was fair. It was hard, but it was fair.
It definitely was not as...
I think they could have made it harder.
Yeah.
They were watering the greens, we saw.
Yeah.
So I think they could have made it worse.
For sure. I have the stat here that they talked about it, since the last 3 times before this U.S. Open at Pinehurst #2, the last 3 times they've hosted it, only 5 golfers. We talked about this last episode. 5 golfers have scored under par.
Mm-hmm.
Now they just added 8 more just from this tournament alone. So clearly, I don't think it brings into this whole conversation of this whole golf ball rollback crap.
I don't even know if that was it. Like, I think there's just also just ways to make it harder without being long.
Well, for sure, we've gone through this a million times, and like, what's the difference? Last time it was hosted here was what?
2014.
All right, so 10 years ago, what really has changed significantly in 10 years? Nike doesn't make clubs anymore. Just kidding. It's a joke.
Well, I mean,
but like, what really has changed?
I mean, clubs are
technology.
Just better,
yeah,
but...
like, I mean, are the golfers just significantly better? You know, like, golf simulators have probably.
I think the course setup, and then also I didn't look to see what the weather was back in that year either.
Yeah,
so
sure.
And I mean, they were talking if the wind had picked up, it would have been played significantly harder. So I think I don't think it had to do with the equipment. I think it was just course setup.
I don't know.
But so Bryson, he dazzles. He dazzles the crowd. He was the crowd favorite, obviously. Snatches the U.S. Open from Rory. Gets his second major, his second U.S. Open of his career. Rory's major drought continues, really in nightmare fashion. I had Rory in my betting corner, but I was having a hard time picking who I was kind of rooting for. Obviously, wanted my pick to hit, but it was like I wanted to see Rory win, but I also thought it'd be cool to see Bryson win too. So I was having a hard time with it, but it was. You didn't want to see it happen like that exactly. No, but so let's go into some little stats for Rory here. So we saw him miss that putt on 18, obviously, but he also had that miss on 16 as well. Mm-hmm. That was just as short, I think, about 3 feet or so. Yeah. So for this season, I don't know if you saw this or not. Exactly, he was 496 for 496 putting inside 3 feet this season before that first miss on 16. So that's one stat for you. The next one, first player in U.S. Open history to finish alone in second place, one shot back in back-to-back years. And then the last one here I had, first player to finish in the top 10 in 6 consecutive U.S. Opens since Jack Nicklaus in 1977 to 82. First to finish in the top 10 7 straight times without winning in 114 years. Yeah. You want to guess who that person was? I'm just kidding. You don't know. No. Jack Hobbins, 1905 to 1910.
Sure. that was tough. That was tough to watch. Again, I like what you just said. Like, I wish it would have came down more to,
It was kind of exciting whenever they both missed, like within 5 minutes. Yeah. Like Rory missed on 16 and Bryson missed on 15 within a couple minutes of each other. Yeah. And it was like, oh man, they're both kind of falling apart here.
Well, Bryson couldn't hit a damn fairway on Sunday.
The back nine, really. I think the front nine he did a little better, but the back nine
could not
hit a fairway.
It was hard to watch, and I kept watching him tee the ball up higher and higher. I'm like, dude, just go for something easy here, buddy.
And none of the holes asked for it either. Like you could access those pins or the greens without having to go driver, especially him. So I don't know why he was forcing it.
I don't know. I mean, he's playing his game obviously. It worked. He scrambled extremely well.
Randall Chambly definitely let us know that he was having fortune, not hitting behind in the wiregrass. Did you not hear him say that 5 billion times?
No, I didn't.
Oh, Brandel was all about it. He's like, Bryson's leading the field in strokes gained luckiness because he's not hitting it in the wiregrass. He keeps hitting it in the sandy area, what do they call it, the native area. Yeah. But he keeps getting lucky in those lies. He said it at least 20
I did hear the word Bryson and lucky in a sentence quite a few times.
Yeah.
But
he did not want to let that rest, and he did a little bit, I think, but also he also made great shots out of it too.
For sure, so. Absolutely. I mean, his shot on 18 with underneath that tree.
Once he hit it in the bunker, I was like, "Oh, playoff."
Yeah, 100%. Everyone was thinking that. Yeah. It's not a greenside bunker. I mean, it's a 60-yard,
55-yard shot. Yeah, is what it was. Yeah.
It's a long shot, and it's crazy. It's super funny. If everyone saw his bio on Liv's website, he said that the hardest shot in golf is a 60-yard bunker shot, which is hilarious.
His teammate Charles Howell on the Crushers, he said he asked him for help on those shots.
Really?
When they teamed up, because that's I guess he said this is one of the weak parts of my game, and he asked him to help him out.
That's pretty cool.
So that teammate aspect, there you go.
There it is. Yeah, I think Bryson has turned into he's swinging towards a fan favorite by far.
Oh yeah, he definitely
by far.
Yeah.
Like from looking from years past, everyone couldn't, not I say everyone, but a lot of people could not stand Bryson. Could not stand him. And
I still don't know if I like love him. Like it's exciting.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm like the biggest fan still.
I like him. I
don't have one way or the other towards him.
I like that
I like that he's like a different character.
Yeah, he plays his game.
Yeah.
Like he's not a traditional. I like this part. I like the fact that he plays his game. Whether like the different tech clubs and technology or whatever he uses is that's a different story. But it's obviously it's all approved and USGA illegal and all that good jazz. But I like the fact that he just plays his way, like the same way like Matthew Wolff. Like he plays his swing. It just works for him.
Well, I just think it's
like,
good to have somebody like he was like playing with the crowd even while playing
for sure,
and hyping him up. And he was like on 18 when he's about to hit the putt, he's like
quiet him down.
Yeah.
Well, they were saying they quiet him down because like everyone was giving Pavone crap for not finishing that putt, so Bryson could.
That's
have
what I
the
said.
last
I don't know
one
why
in.
he didn't finish it out.
I
know there's the rule, but
I think
still.
Bryson wanted to go. I think he was ready to go. He didn't want to wait any longer. That's why I heard something. I think I heard him say in an interview like he just didn't want to sit over the putt any longer. He just wanted to go.
That's fair.
And yeah.
Well, they also did get like a warning for pace of play at one point, didn't they? Or was that on Saturday?
It might have been on Saturday. I don't know.
I think it was Saturday. They got pace of play warning.
I'm not sure.
And that's that it was Saturday because he had that double bogey when it happened.
Oh,
and they were like, "Oh, I wonder if he's rushing it." And that's why.
Yeah. It's him playing with the crowd is definitely a
that's what we need
for sure.
And that's we don't like, and not to like bash the guy, but like that's not what Patrick Cantlay is. Like we don't need another Patrick Cantlay.
Yeah.
It's just like moseys around along the course and does his own thing and like doesn't really do anything.
When he gets excited, he gets a little excited. He gets loud a little bit. Little bit. Yeah, he'll pump up the crowd a little bit. Just a little bit. Like when he gets excited.
I've never seen him do anything like that.
I think of like him at the Ryder Cup.
I mean the Ryder Cup.
Yeah, but like I don't know, maybe the other events I can.
I don't think I've ever seen him outside the Ryder Cup do like anything.
I'll have to I'll pay attention to it, but it's like it's almost like a young Tiger. Like when he was playing extremely well, he made the long putts. It's that fist pump. It's that like
I don't think I've ever seen Cantlay fist pump.
No, I'm talking about Bryson. Now.
Oh, Bryson. Yeah, okay.
So like it's that maybe Cantlay like this. Maybe that's what Cantlay does. But
if Bryson definitely had some fist pumps.
I like that. Like there was one camera shot I think on I don't know wherever hole he made one of the longer putts, 15 or 16.
It was a par save, I think.
Yeah. Was it 15 or 16? I don't know, for whatever hole it was.
It wasn't 15 because he missed the birdie putt on after he bogeyed 15. That was 17. He hit that par 3 and he missed the birdie putt. I don't know. I can't remember.
But he hit.
I think it was 16. Yeah.
He hit that big fist pump and like the camera shot got it perfectly where like there's the bleacher stand right there and people are getting up like they were in it like that that's fun. That's fun to watch with golf. Like it's a different versus just a good job like it's the excitement, it's the energy. Like he plays the fact that he can play with extreme emotion and have that and then go to his next shot and just be like he's present again. That's impressive. It's really impressive that way he plays.
Yeah, I saw a couple tweets about it, like best major since 19, and that's definitely the best major I can remember in a while. Yeah, and then even 19 is just because Tiger, obviously.
Correct.
So I mean that's all you can ask for, especially at a course like Pinehurst No. 2. I mean that was amazing.
Yeah.
But moving on from the two finishers there, first and second, let's go Scottie. Scottie did not do too well here at Pinehurst No. 2 for the first time. I mean, that's the first time we've seen him struggle in, more than 2 years, I think.
It's been quite. There was a stat, too. I don't know if you have it.
I have here, yeah. Scottie entered the week averaging 5.22 birdies per round. Is that what you have?
Yeah, there was that, and then something else, like he hasn't shot over par since...
all 4 rounds for a tournament.
Yeah, I forget when the last time it's happened, but
yeah, I can't remember that. But I remember seeing that. But yeah, so Scottie entered the week averaging 5.22 birdies per round. He made 4 all week.
Yeah, that's tough.
And I saw he had 2 stretches of he had a stretch of 23 holes without a birdie, and then like another stretch of 19 holes without a birdie. That's just almost hard to even fathom with Scottie. And he saw he was still approach. I think he was like 4th in the field in the approach. He just couldn't make a putt to save his life. So we'll see if maybe that brings up some demons and holds him back, or he gets right back at it.
Well, he missed. He struggled somewhere in the middle of earlier in the year when he had a second place finish, and his putter wasn't doing well. It was during that stint of time when he was winning however many in a row, but he had like one that he got.
Well, he got second behind Jaeger.
Yeah, whatever that tournament.
I think it was
the following
Texas
tournament. He ended up winning.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see.
But that was second place, not shooting over par 4 rounds. So.
For sure.
So we'll see.
True.
But going over through the top 10 here. So like I said, Bryson first, Rory second. T3 we had Tony Finau, Patrick Cantlay, 5th, solo 5th, Matthew Pavone. Solo 6th, Hideki Matsuyama. T7, we had Russell Henley, Xander Schauffele. T9, Sam Burns, David Thompson, Corey Connors. Some of the few notables I had here, Aubert, T12. He was there, really just fell apart on Sunday, really. Had a triple on 2, and that was all she wrote for him on Sunday. Colin Morikawa, T14. Brooks, Tom Kim, Tyrrell Hatton, all T26. Cam Smith, T32. Jordan Spieth, Scottie, T41, Wyndham Clark, T56, and then a host of miscuts, including Victor Hovland, Max Homa, Will Zalatoris, Jason Day, Ricky Fowler, Dustin Johnson, Justin Thomas, and Phil Mickelson, all miscut, including Tiger, of course.
Yeah. Do we want to talk about the U.S. Olympic thing? Because you brought up Wyndham Clark, made me think about it.
So I saw that. I didn't have it in my notes, but so who's the team? It's Scottie, Xander, Wyndham, and Colin. Yeah. And obviously it goes by OWGR, yes. But obviously Wyndham's not up to the stuff right now. Yeah.
Yes, by far. Like of all of those 4 players, no doubt, I Wyndham's. If I had to substitute one of them for Bryson, because that's definitely Bryson, obviously, who's obviously playing extremely well. It's Wyndham's coming out. People are saying Colin Morikawa, but Colin's been pretty hot lately.
Oh yeah, lately
he's been playing really well.
T14 this week. Yeah, is no shrug of a finish by any means.
He's been playing
all the majors. Well. He's
solo second Masters on the PGA Championship or no?
Where was he at PGA? I can't remember.
Maybe it wasn't second. He was somewhere.
I don't think it was a poor finish.
No, it was close. It was close. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was not far away. So he's been. And then
like I mentioned, I think last week when I picked him, I read off his stats. I think it was 8 straight top 25s, and 6 of those were signature events. Yeah. So yeah, definitely great form
by far. And Xander clearly having a great year as well. Obviously a major victory, but you can see the stint of a season he's had so far with absolutely fantastic finishes.
Colin T4 at PGA.
T4, okay. So yeah, Wyndham clearly's got some demons that he's fighting right now this season. Or really the later half of the season.
Yeah, ever since Pebble Beach. Ever since the Players.
Yes.
He finished second at the Players, that lip out.
Yeah.
That lip out must have...
He's done some demons.
He still sees that in his dreams or nightmares, I guess.
Rory's going to be experiencing it, I guess, too. But, yeah, that's my first grief with the Olympic team pick. The second one is the apparel brand choice. Still, it drives me crazy. It's the Jay Lindbergh. Yeah, whatever. The fact that they are selected for an American team, I don't like that.
They must have got a big bag for that. I can't imagine any other reason.
Yeah, for sure. That makes no sense to me whatsoever. It should have been literally any other company in the United States.
And maybe not Nike, Puma,
Under Armour, Adidas, literally any one of those. I would have been very happy with. But that was a miss by far. I will not be buying a single thing, to be honest. I just don't like their stuff.
I wonder who's doing it in other countries,
I don't know that one.
Yeah.
I don't know that one. They should be, because they sponsor Victor Hovland,
right. So
they should be doing it for them, but I don't know who else, who has whatever.
Yeah, Wyndham, we'll see. He still has a little bit of time to get back in form, so we'll see.
August, right? I think it starts.
After the Open,
I think it's August 1st, I want to say.
Something like that.
Start.
So, he has some time to get back into form. We'll see. It wasn't too long ago, like we said, when he had it, a month or two ago. So, we'll see what happens there with Wyndham and it's still a good team. Obviously Scottie, Colin, Xander.
Course.
So, I still be able to do something.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I did want to get to Neil Shipley here. So Neil Shipley, he becomes the 6th player to be the low am at Masters and the U.S. Open in the same year. So that was pretty good finish for him. Obviously,
over, I think.
And he's 5 or 6 over, and he was basically a match play with the other amateur he was playing with. They were tied going into Sunday, so it was basically just a match play for them. This kind of sort of way. I thought I had some other notes on who those low AMs were that both did that. I know the last one was Victor Hovland. Okay. I believe one of them was Phil. But it was a great list. I mean, all 5 prior were, outstanding players. So we'll see if Shipley can follow those steps there. But yeah, it was a great list to be on for sure. And then one more thing I had here, I did want to get back to Rory at the end of this, but for who do you think finishes with more majors? I'm going to take Scottie out of this because I think all these players have 2 majors though. I'm going to take Scottie. I'm assuming you're going to pick him. So out of these players, who finishes with more majors? They all currently have 2.
So it's Bryson.
So Bryson,
Brooks. Brooks Koepka has 2 majors, right?
5, bro.
5. What am I thinking?
He has 2 U.S. Opens.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking of because he tweeted at Bryson.
Yeah, welcome to the club of having 2 U.S. So Bryson, John Rahm, Colin Morikawa, Justin Thomas.
Bryson.
I think Colin's the youngest.
Colin. Say again. Bryson, Colin.
Rahm, JT.
Okay.
Scottie only has 2.
But... JT's out of the equation. Yeah. I would pick Scottie clearly if he was in this equation. Rahm,
I know right now it's not looking.
It's hard
good.
for me to pick that with him right now. Exactly.
I mean, Colin or Bryson, and it's easy to say Bryson because he just won.
Yeah.
But Colin's also I mean, I think he's right there.
But Colin hasn't won a major since the Open in
21, I think.
So more recent than Bryson's won the U.S. Open first time in 2020.
They kind of split those because Colin won the PGA that year in COVID year, 2020. And then Bryson won the U.S. Open that year, COVID, 2020.
Yeah, I think it's just so hard for me.
I think Colin has, 2 years on Bryson? 2 years younger, maybe? Something like that.
Does he? These guys' ages all confuse me all the time.
Well, I know Colin's definitely not 30. I think Bryson's 30, right?
I don't think so.
No?
I don't. I don't know why I don't think that, but I don't think
he's 30.
Is he 30?
Yeah. And then Colin, I want to say he's 27.
I'm going to guess 28.
27 or 28.
I don't know. I don't know their age.
27, yeah.
27? Okay.
So they got a couple years on him.
Yeah. Oh. I would have to say I might go Colin on this one, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Just because, yes, the age part is a big piece of it, but we haven't... Bryson's hot right now. The big question is how long.
You also got to think about, and maybe we're getting a resolution here
with the LIV.
But is he going to be in every major? I mean, he probably will, but it's also a slight chance that he might not be in every major.
True.
Depending on how it works. I mean, I assume he will. Yeah. I would put 98% chance he's not going to miss majors.
Especially since he's just won, obviously.
Yeah.
Most recent.
And he just got
he's in the top 10 now.
He was top 10 in the Masters, which gets you into the next Masters and whatnot. And I don't know what his OWGR is, but yeah, I'm almost.
He's number 10 now. He just went in this week.
Okay.
The top 10.
Yeah, so he's most likely not going to miss majors, but there's a slight chance.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I think I have to go Colin on that one.
Yeah. It's close, though. Yeah.
It is. It's a tough one to pick.
And even all of them. I mean, JT, we'll see, but I think Rahm I would put third, and then JT.
Yeah, by far.
But I did want to get back to Rory here because we saw him not do media afterwards. He was on his plane before Bryson's press conference was even over. Did you see that?
No.
Because they have the people that track the flights and whatnot.
That's hilarious.
And
my favorite... Go ahead, keep talking.
So people were up in arms about, why didn't he do media? That's ridiculous. Look, man, I don't get the big deal. It's not it's not a requirement. You don't have to. We saw Brooks earlier in the week kind of get called out for not doing media after Thursday, and I just think it's overblown. Look, the guy obviously suffered a heartbreaking loss.
Yeah, I think for sure. The media part doesn't bother me that much, to be honest. What bothers me is, and if it's true or not, because we didn't see it, but maybe it happened in the clubhouse. I don't know. I don't think so. But the fact that he didn't congratulate Bryson,
even that doesn't really.
It bothers me.
That doesn't bother me at all.
That bothers me for sure.
I mean, the heat of the moment, to lose like that, if he was playing with him, obviously I think he would have.
Oh, of course.
But he just wanted to get out of there. Like, I don't blame that. Like, when I was playing sports as a kid, I was kind of a hothead. And, like, so, like, I think it's almost better to, like, do that than, like, if you're, like, not in the right temperament and, like, maybe you say something wrong. Like, you don't know. So, like, I'd rather get out of there.
Again, the media thing doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
The fact that he didn't do media, that doesn't bother me. But, like, it did bother me the fact that he could have walked out there, shook his hand, congratulated him, and then bounced. If he bounced after that, I would have no problem.
Yeah, I don't have no problem
personally. I just think that it's just no matter the heat of the moment or how mad you are, the circumstances, you lost. Like it is. It's over. Like you can't change it. It is what it is. You shake the guy's hand. It's a respect. Like you beat me. Congratulations. You could be thinking in your head.
It's not like he was sitting greenside though.
No, for sure. But I mean, how far away is the clubhouse? I don't think it's that. I don't know. Again, I have no idea. But like. I don't think it's that difficult to come out there and shake his hand, congratulations, and then you might be thinking in your head like, I'm coming after you next time. Like you're lucky I missed those putts. Like you could be thinking all that in your head. Fine, that's all good and dandy, but you shake the person's hand, congratulations, you walk away, and then you can go.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody does that unless you're playing with them.
I have no idea.
I don't think that ever happens. Really,
I have no idea. I mean, obviously, it clearly happened with Bryson with the PGA Championship. That's what they keep comparing it to.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's like a requirement or it's always happening.
I think it's just a respect thing.
Yeah,
that's my personal opinion on it. Like, maybe they do it in the locker room afterwards, or the clubhouse, or maybe in media afterwards when the person in second place does stay. I have no idea. I just think it's just a respect thing, the right thing to do. Shake the person's hand, move on with their day.
Because like even like NBA, like when the finals end, like they don't line up, high five line, like you and
I think sometimes like don't they like maybe certain players stay like
sometimes you like dap them up maybe, but in the NBA finals like no, like you just go to the locker room because they want to celebrate and there's a lot of things like confetti and like they have to do all these speeches and whatnot, so they just go to the locker room and let them have it.
Yeah.
So I don't have a big deal with it. Bryson was also running around. He had to get the trophy to all the fans, so he had no time for Rory to, dap him up. He's like, I got this trophy to all the fans. They all got to touch it.
Yeah, he was.
I got to get Johnson Wagner to hit this shot.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Like the fact that he did so much of that again is like another like. Someone said too. It's like they think it's an ego thing that he's doing all of that. Like he's constantly involved and like, oh look what I'm doing stuff, but like. You can think of it that way, sure, like, but you don't know true intentions unless you're Bryson, obviously. Like, you don't know what he's truly trying to do from it. Clearly, he gained something from it, like the amount of exposure he gave. Like even that one with what's his name again? The guy he had him do the shot.
Johnson Wagner.
Yeah, like that went incredibly viral afterwards, especially because he stuck it to like 2 feet. It was a great shot, like it was amazing. But like he went and like just he got his face out there even more. He went on Jimmy Fallon the other night. Like he's all over the place. Like he does a good job with that. He does a great job with the business side of it.
Well, I just think it's just promoting his brand for the most part, and whether that's his intention or not, I don't know. It don't bother me.
I'm curious on the on LIV on the Crushers like merchandise sales went up. Like how much? I think it's definitely had.
I would imagine it definitely went up.
But I'm curious of like how much.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's interesting. All right, I got 2 truths. You got nothing else.
That's all I had. I just wanted to touch on that, but that's all I got.
All right, so this might be a first time, or maybe a first time in a long time.
Well, I've done Bryson for you on LIV.
Yes, you're correct.
Yeah,
you're correct. I forgot.
I can't remember what the question.
I don't think any of these questions were in your thing, but this should. I think this should be an easy one. So find the lie here for Bryson DeChambeau. He has a name for every one of his clubs.
True.
He was disqualified from an amateur event because his caddy was using a protractor. I wrote projector. Protractor. I might have autocorrected. Protractor on the green. He puts his golf balls in Epsom salt baths.
Well, yeah, that was a big deal. So the second one's the lie.
Yeah, that's a lie.
That was a big deal. Yeah.
I just wanted to get the protractor thing in there.
The salty balls, yeah. Of course I saw that.
Yes. But did you see the names of his clubs?
I read something about it prior to the tournament, but I don't remember all the names, though.
Yeah, like his 3-iron is named Gamma because it's the third letter of the alphabet. 5-iron is Azalea, named after his favorite par 5 at the Augusta National. 6-iron is Juniper.
Well, did you know, like, all back in the day, before they had numbers, like, not all clubs had numbers. It was names.
Yeah, I don't think his has numbers.
I don't know.
It was new clubs. I don't think.
Well, yeah, back in the day, like old times, like before the 1900s, I think they all had like names, not numbers.
Really, that's interesting. He's got names for all of them. Every single one of them. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I was gonna do like his loft of his.
Oh my god.
Driver. I think it's like
6 degrees.
There's 6 or 9 degrees.
I think I heard him say it on the broadcast.
Yeah,
6 degrees.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy.
All right.
So, we got it right.
Yep, let's move on here. That was a great U.S. Open. It's crazy. It's kind of sad to think that major season's 3/4 of the way done.
I was making that graphic for Instagram.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn.
Flies by.
This flew.
Yeah.
But at least we have a President's Cup this year.
President's Cup.
And we have
the Olympics.
So
yeah.
It lengthens it a little bit, I guess.
And getting into the Travelers Championship preview here. So this is, let me see my note here. I got it down a little further. Where did I put it here? No, I'm sorry. Yeah, so the final signature event prior to the FedEx Cup playoffs. So,
real quick, I forgot because I wanted to show you this. Did you see all these memes about Rory? Like this one was my favorite.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
That one was by far
the car carrying the camera, kind of chasing. Yeah, that was great.
The best meme I saw from that weekend.
That was good.
Without a doubt, made me laugh hard. All right, anyways, Travelers.
But yeah, the Travelers. This is the final signature event before the FedEx Cup playoffs.
That's sad.
We mentioned this a couple weeks ago, going into the stretch where we had signature event, U.S. Open, signature event. They got to spread these out. They got to spread them out. I think the schedule or something already came out that what was 2 weeks ago? Memorial. The Memorial is not going to be right next to a signature event. So that already came out. That's not. I think it's going to be like there's going to be a buffer week between Memorial and the U.S. Open next year. I think.
Got it.
Something like that. We got to have a buffer here. We don't need 3 weeks in a row of this. Like especially when we're going to have like a month's worth after the Open Championship with like basically nothing. But
I guess the question is like, does viewership go up in golf when it's summertime everywhere else where everyone else is golfing?
I have to imagine that viewership dips even for the signature event this week, just because it's like kind of a burnout aspect. Like,
yeah, but like I mean, just like in general, like because like at the beginning of the year, there's how many like the majority of the signature events are like in the summer time frame, right? From May through July? No, June.
Well, June.
June. So
this is the last one.
Yeah, it's the last one. So maybe it's even April through June, I guess. So there's not.
Like it wouldn't be hard just to have this 1 week later, right? Like that could not be that difficult.
For sure. No, I agree. I mean, this tournament, yeah, but like if you're thinking of all the signature events, like the majority of the signature events are later at the middle of the season.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I just don't see why
this specific event absolutely could.
Yeah, I just don't see why we have to have 3 in a row like this. But
I'm sure
regardless,
goes back a week too.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But yeah, let's get into it. Travelers Championship, defending champion Keegan Bradley, TPC River Highlands, Cromwell, Connecticut, par 70s, 6,841 yards. Pretty short there, huh? Mm-hmm. Final signature event, like I said, Rory dropped out of this field. I think he's going to take a couple weeks off. So only 72 in the field this week. PGA Tour University winner Michael Thorbjornsen making his season debut. Trying to follow Ludwig Aubert. He was the last PGA Tour call up, I guess you could say. So he got that's the exemption into or getting, I guess, your PGA Tour card. Yeah, that pathway there. So we'll see him this week. We've seen him before, but he's actually getting his card here. So going to be a welcome birdie fest after the last 2 tough tests at Muirfield Village and then also Pinehurst. So Keegan won last year at 23 under. So yeah, going to be some lower scores this week. Average score over the last 6 years is 18 under for the winners. Home of the only 58 in tour history.
Interesting.
So yeah, definitely going to be some a more enjoyable probably experience for these golfers this week.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going from polar opposites here.
Yep.
Current favorite is of course Scottie Scheffler. Plus 360 is the last time I saw it.
Surprised it didn't go down a little more.
Yeah.
Maybe
like he was 280 for
450, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Xander is a second behind him at plus 750. So a little. Yeah, I'm surprised it didn't. Especially it's not like he just cracked the top 10 or something.
Yeah,
he
was T41. I think
it wasn't that great. So I was surprised that it was still this low as well.
Yeah.
Ready for picks?
Yeah, I didn't have a ton, left to really say about it. For some reason, I was thinking the Rocket Mortgage was before this last year because I thought Ricky won before Keegan. Because I know Ricky had that, got it off his back, first one in a while. For some reason, I was thinking that happened. I didn't check to see, but my brain went that way. But
could have.
Yeah, no. That's all I had though. Who you got for pick?
I'm going Xander. This week. I didn't want to touch Scottie after the performance. Plus, I didn't like the odds. But I think Xander. It was a toss up between Xander or Colin, which you'll see in my double chance later. Hint at that. And I think for some reason I was just feeling Xander this week. He obviously has been playing consistently exceptional this season. Everyone besides one of his 15 starts, he's had a top 25, 11 of the 15 top 10s. So 2 runner-ups, 1 win. We talk about him so much. I think it's just consistently he's been playing extremely well. So I think he's going to feel a little okay-ish coming out of the U.S. Open versus Scottie, who's going to kind of feel a little bit more clouded. Is it going to affect him as much going into this week, especially the week after, right away? At least Xander has played pretty well at the U.S. Open. So.
Okay, I'm going Aubert actually.
He was also.
Yeah, I like Aubert. I'm going a little, I guess not too far down the board, but we got a lot of, obviously, all the big names this week except Rory. So I think it might be something a little different coming out this week. So Aubert, again, no secret to anybody, but I think he can kind of break through. He's been competing at all the majors and other events. I think the knee thing's behind him. I think he's ready to go, and he's ready to really get his best win as a major. He's got, or as a professional on the PGA Tour. He's got a win under his belt already, but I think this kind of really catapults himself. We know who he is. Everybody knows who he is. We know he's got the game, but I think he starts reeling off some dubs here this week at the Travelers. Just had a little hiccup there on Sunday, but he was basically there all weekend at Pinehurst, so I think parlays that into a good weekend here and gets his signature early win of his career.
I like it.
Let's go to the LIV Nashville preview here. It's going to be the Grove in College Grove, Tennessee, par 71, 7,297 yards. The Grove, it's hosted one of the 4 Korn Ferry Tour Finals events in 2023, and has also hosted USGA and NCAA tournaments. One of my first notes here after going over the course here is Rahm healthy? Is Rahm motivated? How are we thinking about Rahm? He made the trip, right? Or he's going to make the trip. Did he actually get there and then called it off?
Yeah, he was late arriving. But
that's right.
Yeah, he did media as well.
Yeah, I think that's right. So he tried to give it a go. So it makes me think he's probably somewhat close.
Yeah, I don't.
It was somewhat close.
I am staying away from Rahm.
Yeah, I'm not touching him with a 10-foot pole.
No. I'll be on a 20-foot pole.
20.
No, I definitely am not doing anything with Rahm this week. It's just too. What's what I'm looking for here? It's too volatile right now, especially just the season in general that he's had. Not even this.
Well, it's crazy. I was looking at his finishes. He literally top 10 in every LIV event.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's great. It's just
except the one he withdrew from last event we had. Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm not touching him.
Yeah.
I don't feel good on Rahm this week.
Yeah, it's really weird. I definitely, if he tracks top 10 or something like that, so be it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be mad that I missed out on it if he does.
Yeah.
I didn't really have a whole lot of notes on here, really. I just was trying to come up with some notes for this, and all I can keep coming back to is I'm like, this kind of sucks. Because, we just came off, I mentioned it, the best major, simply because we had all the best golfers playing, basically. Mm-hmm. And then we go back to, it's going back to reality. It's like, wow, they're all separated. It's hard to get excited about these events where they're kind of separated. Yeah, we got the signature event, but we still don't have like the characters like Bryson, Brooks, and we don't have it all here, and it kind of sucks.
It does. I agree with that. I agree. It is a little weird. It's
like we've had some like live good previews. We tried to like kind of get excited about it. It's hard to watch because it's hard to find sometimes on CW and whatnot.
Yeah.
And it's just it really hit me this time. Like, man, coming off like such an exciting tournament like that, like it's probably always, no matter what, it's always gonna come down a little bit. But like, wow, that sucks. Like if they say they struck a deal and they were all able to come together for like the Travelers, how exciting that would be.
I'll be very excited.
They all will be playing the week after at a signature event. That'd be freaking amazing.
What would be worse though? Is this worse, or is like going from a major to like a really shitty event, where like you've got just like the bottom of the barrel here playing? Is that worse?
Well, I just think it would be like delaying it because
at least we get to see the players.
We
do different tournaments.
But at least
devil's advocate. No matter what,
it's like expectation because it's a crappy event coming up.
Yeah.
So you're just like, oh, it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean,
but this is a signature event for the Travelers, at least. We're talking about LIV here, but it's a signature event, Travelers. It should be like okay, this is like the next best thing of a major, and now it's like it doesn't even feel like even close. Not even close.
Yeah.
And it's hard to get excited for either of them, really.
I get it. I get you.
That's just what I kept coming back to. I'm like trying to find some more notes to talk about this LIV thing, and we're just like, I don't even. I mean, I guess I can recap their top 3 teams. But it's weird though too. I guess again,
it's weird too. It's like I agree, Blaine. I'm not disagreeing on all this, but it's like really in the majors this year, it's been Bryson contending.
Oh, Bryson's done better in the majors than Scottie.
This year. But he has.
Yeah.
But who else from LIV has really contended for their major this year? There was one other person that I forgot before.
Hatton was doing well before Sunday this week.
Yeah, and he did well during the Masters, I want to say.
He did well during the Masters. He was like top 15, I think. Like, Sergio is T12 this week.
I don't think anyone from LIV has cracked the top 10 in a major besides Bryson.
This year.
Correct. Yeah. Yes, correct. I think. I feel like I'm missing someone, but I don't think I am.
Cam Smith of the Masters, I don't think.
No.
And
I don't think it's the PGA either.
No. But yeah, I mean, the year prior, obviously Brooks won, and we had all those players finish high at the Masters behind Rahm. We had Phil, Reed, Brooks, all finished at top 10.
Yeah, obviously Rahm's not having a great year from the majors. So it's like, again, it's nice to watch them, but it's like from a competition standpoint, it's like we just bring Bryson over for this week. Let him play this week. Let him play and
give him the Tiger exemption.
Yeah, like I'll be excited. I'll watch. Like I'll be pumped. And we'll watch regardless. But like that'd be cool to see. I definitely would rather have them do an exemption with like the top LIV player being able to play on the PGA.
That'd be crazy.
That would be nice. That would be actually pretty cool. So like whoever is contending in the top can go over back and play some tournaments.
But yeah, that's all. I mean, that's really again all I had for LIV Nashville. It's the first event we had there, or they're going to have there. Yeah,
winner,
so no previous winner.
Purse is the same as always: $25 million, $20 million five team, $20 million for the individual, 5 for the team. Current favorite is Bryson at plus 750, followed by Neiman at plus 850. This is the first time this season, I think, I'm almost correct here, that Rahm has not been the favorite in a LIV tournament.
Oh,
really? It usually has been at Rahm every time.
Yeah.
But I think maybe besides when he pulled out. But he pulled out not before the.
It was the tournament before. That's why he had to withdraw from.
It was Houston
Open,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. So that was interesting. But anyways, I'm going. My pick this week, I'm going someone from Legion 13, but not Rahm. So I'm going Hatton. I'm going Hatton this week, a little down. Not too far down. I think it's like 3rd or 4th from odds standpoint, plus 1,200. So 8 LIV events this season, 8 top 25s, 3 top 10s. I'm feeling a Hatton win this week. So
yeah, I liked Hatton. Remember last year? I picked Hatton a lot last year. I don't love picking him for an outright. I don't like picking Liv anyway. I feel like I have a hard time with it, but I like Hatton. So that's fine with me. But I'm going with the second highest finishing Liv actually at the U.S. Open last week. I'm going Sergio.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Going Sergio. He obviously had a good week at the U.S. Open. Not like outstanding, but like I said, he was I believe he was T12. And he's had some good finishes on Liv. He had that playoff loss to Neiman early on in the season. I think that was like Mexico somewhere, Morikawa. Not Morikawa. Mayakoba. There you go. I think it was Mayakoba. He has another...
Liv Morikawa.
Yeah. He had another second place finish this year. I think another top 10 as well. So playing pretty well. And he doesn't have a Liv win yet in the 3-year history here. So I think he can get his first one here at Nashville. Playing well, like I said. And he's still hanging. He's a little older on the older side, but I think he's got it in him still, showing he's got the game. So I like going down the board for Sergio.
I like it. It'd be really funny if clearly this is not possible. This is very hypothetical, but if the Liv and PGA was they're still beefing against each other, and let's say Liv, because they have the most amount of money, obviously, goes to the Travelers and we want you to name this tournament the DeChambeau Championship. That would be hilarious. That would be so funny. Obviously it's extremely hypothetical. I'm sure that would never happen. But that would be really
That's
funny.
like billionaire going to some random person and be like, you're gonna pick up my shit out on the shit on the floor.
Yeah.
And here's $1 billion. Oh shit, I think I'm picking up this shit. $1 billion.
Yeah,
crap.
It's hilarious. That would be so funny if they did that though. That would be absolutely hilarious.
Well, I think it's RBC who's kind of not beefing with the PGA, but having strong negotiations because they're look, we sponsor 2 tournaments, the Heritage and Canadian. We want a good deal and we want to have signature events, and I guess PGA is for some reason is putting up a fight, and it's look, PGA, you're not really negotiating from a strong standpoint here.
They just lost Wells Fargo.
You need money.
Yeah.
And these people will sponsor 2 tournaments. You got to give them what they want. You're not really negotiating from a strong standpoint here.
Yeah. Because Wells Fargo was the last. This was the last time they were going to be a sponsor of the tournament, and I want to say there's someone else.
Was Honda last year? The last year.
Honda was the last one last year, but I think I want to say there's one more. Someone knock.
I think so.
We have a bunch of new product coming in. No, we have a bunch of new product coming in.
Surprise guest on the episode.
Yes, it is the UPS man.
It is Fetch man.
Actually Fetch, you're right. But yeah, so I don't know. I want to think there's one more. It's not AT&T, is it?
I don't think so.
There's one more.
No, the Pebble Beach. Is it changing? AT&T's. I don't remember. I don't know.
I don't remember.
But those are our picks for Live Nashville. Let's move into betting corner.
A. Go back to Canada.
Yeah.
We both went positive this week.
Did we? Heck yeah.
Yeah.
If Rory had won that outright, I would have had a freaking amazing week.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd had him outright.
So you went plus 133 is what I saw, right?
Mm-hmm.
I went plus 10.
There you go.
Positive. So I had the Bryson. I'm top 5 and obviously won. So who did you have?
I had my make miscut parlay hit. So I had Hovland Woods miscut, Bryson make cut.
Okay.
And then I had Hideki top 10.
Nice.
And then
that was a good one.
Yeah, Cam Smith I had top 10. He was 31. And then I had Rory to win, and he obviously just short.
I had Aubert top 5, which was doing well until it didn't. And then Min Woo, I had him top 10, and he finished T21. He was somewhat flirting with it for a little bit, but anyways.
After the first day, I'm like, oh, this is cashing, because Bryson was top 5. Hovland was 8 over on the first day. I'm like, oh, we're chilling.
Yeah.
But then he missed the cut on the number.
Yeah.
He missed the cut at +6. It was +5. I'm like, oh my gosh. It actually kind of sweated it a little bit. But yeah, it was a good week there. All right. I'll go first here this week. I don't remember who went first last time, but I'll get us kicked off here. I like my first pick. It's interesting. Trying to buy low here. So I'm going Sam Burns top 20, parlayed with Scottie top 10. I don't know how big of a discount I got for him finishing poorly last week. I'm just going Scottie top 10.
Okay.
Getting Burns top 20 to kind of boost that number up to plus 196 for that. 35 units, so going heavy on it. But I like those two. It's only a 72 player field, so it shouldn't be too hard to make the cut. And then you just gotta rise to the top there over the weekend for the both of them. So I like that going heavier. It's kind of scary, but I like that play for Scottie and Sam Burns. Burns been playing pretty well lately.
Not bad. I don't like my first pick, but I went it anyways. I went Eam, top 5.
Okay.
Plus 800, 12 units. Okay.
One of the guys I follow for his picks, he had Eam outright. So there you go.
And that's why I picked. No, I'm just kidding. That's what happens when I have 12 units left and I need to find someone around the 800 range. No, Eam is extremely volatile as well. Same kind of reminds me very similar of how volatile Matsuyama is as well. So I needed 800 units and I had 12. I had 12 units left and I found it a plus 800. This is how this pick happened. Not even gonna lie, I don't recommend it. I had 12 units left. So it is what it is. If it hits, fantastic. I'm excited about the rest of my picks. I just didn't have that many units left. And I didn't want to spread out the 12 units between 4 picks instead. So a little long shot.
I'm my next one. I'm going Tom Kim. Similarly, like I had to go longer shots because I went 35 units on that first pick. So
Kim was like, you have him top 5 or what?
I am top 5. He's 850 for that one. So I'm going similar. I'm going 12 units on that one. He's been getting his form back a little bit. What did I say? He T26 here, so not outstanding, but not a terrible finish either. He's getting a little bit of form back for the last few weeks, and I think he can make it happen at a birdie fest like TPC River Highlands is going to play. So I like that, and maybe some of the other top finishers over the past 2 weeks are a little mentally tired, maybe. So maybe he has a little easier time beating some of those guys this week. So I like Tom Kim, like I said, for a long number. 850 I think is pretty good. I like only 50 longer than Eam. I like Kim straight up over Eam, actually. So I like that. I'm going 12 units. Even if they're the same price, I would probably pick Kim. So I like that for a top 5 there.
I'll stick with PGA. So I'm going to do another top 5. I'm doing Patrick Cantlay. I'm going to look for the fist pumps this week. Top 5 finish plus 420 units on Cantlay this week. So he had a great tournament last week. He really did. Sunday, obviously.
First time in a while too.
Yeah.
We haven't seen him do a whole lot.
No, I mean he was around for the Memorial. I thought. No.
Was he?
I want to say he was somewhere like top 20. I want to say for sure. He was in the mix. So, a top 5 finish this week is what I'm shooting for. You looking it up?
For Cantlay. Yeah. I like him coming back. Like he's obviously a great player.
There was some tournament.
So he's definitely got to have it come back at some point. Kind of like Hovland, we talked about. Like Hovland's going to get it back at some point.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of when, really, and being on that. I'm not seeing him here, buddy.
Cut. Yikes.
Can't. Where's he at? Why didn't it show me? Command. Oh yeah. So cut. No bueno.
Maybe it wasn't.
Pretty far down the list.
It wasn't
there,
that tournament.
Pretty far down the list.
Maybe
here.
it was a different tournament I'm thinking of.
But I mean I don't mind Cantlay. I think he's gonna get it back at some point. So that's fine. Yeah, getting what was the number on that one?
Plus 1,000.
Yeah, for top 5. Or I'm sorry,
400. I was just messing.
I was like, there's no way it's not.
That's
like his outright number.
That's just kidding. Plus 400 for a top 5.
Okay, that's still I think a fine number for him for a top 5. I'm going my next one. I'm going Corey Connors, top 5. He's plus 700 for that number. He just finished T10 there at Pinehurst, so good finish there. And he, we've seen him, playing pretty well. He just earned his spot on Canada's Olympics team for golf, obviously. So, not basketball; it's for golf. Not field hockey. It's golf. So we just saw him earn those rights there. So plus 700 for that one. I'm going 15 units on Mr. Connors. And it's the same script for him. It's really just getting that putter down. So if we can see him attack some pins, I think the pins are going to be easy accessible this week. Like I said, it's going to be a birdie fest. So if he can roll a few putts in, that top 5 should be very attainable.
All right. I don't mind it. Corey Connors is not bad. I'll stick with, again, PGA, and then I'll go over to LIV. So I got my double chance now. It's Xander Morikawa double chance plus 450, 19 units on the duo there. So I like him. I like Xander, like I said, a little bit more, but Morikawa was my. He might have been a number 3. I think Obear might have been a number 2 on when I was looking through my picks. So I like Obear, but Xander Morikawa.
Okay. I didn't have this on my card, but I did bet this personally, separately. I bet Matthew Wolff to win LIV at 50-1.
Interesting. So
I don't have it on Betting Corner. That's a free square for y'all. So if you wanna tail that one, I don't know. I'm a little more confident in that than you are in your Eam pick, but
probably, yeah.
It's not my most confident. But I just like the number 51. It sounded good, so why not? But I have my little trio shotgun bet, shotgun round here. I'm going Sungjae Eam outright, 45-1 plus 4,500, 8 units on that one. Going back to Hideki here, 25-1, 10 units on Hideki outright, and then I'm going to my guy. I like picking this guy. I might have to get I need a fathead this guy or something. Christian Bezuidenhout. Going Christian here, 70-1. I'm going 6 units on that one. I think he can keep up in a birdie fest if he gets that putter rolling. I think he can make it happen, and I think we're kind of due for another kind of longer shot. We've had the season of the long shot early in the season. I think we're kind of due for another longer shot here. So I like taking him at 70-1. That's my little shotgun round.
Okay. I'm going over to LIV now. I got 2 picks for LIV. I'm going Patrick Reed, a top 5 finish.
Man, we haven't seen him anywhere this year.
No.
We haven't seen him on LIV or in the majors, really.
He's been playing. I had a bet hit with him this week.
Really?
Not this week. This year on LIV. I don't remember which one it was. It was at.
It had to be recent.
It was in the United States. It was early. It was because I made a joke that
Las Vegas then?
Nope.
Where else did they play?
Trump.
Oh, that's right.
Doral.
Yeah.
Right? Doral. I had a top 5 or a top 10 with him that week.
Oh, the only one I think he had.
And he hit on that one. So, going top 5 again for him this week, plus 330, 24 units on Patrick Reed.
Mr. Reed. Okay. All right, my last one here. I'm going with my outright pick for the Travelers. I'm going Obear. He's 14-1, 12 units on that bad boy. I already mentioned it. He is the Terminator of golf. He is. What was the boxer's name in Rocky? The Russian guy.
Oh, dude,
I'm so bad with that. You're even worse with
movies.
movies. I don't know why I'm asking you. You're even worse with movies. Drago, something maybe.
Sure.
I don't know. Might get roasted for not knowing that, but he is the Terminator. He is the cyborg from, oh my gosh, Sweden. He's the cyborg from Sweden. He's gonna get it done. He's going to terminate the competition and win. That's my analysis.
By the way, I looked it up. Patrick Reed had finished solo 3rd at LIV Houston last tournament.
Okay, so he's picking it up. Okay,
and he had a T14 before Miami, which was, I'm assuming that was Doral. He had a solo 9th finish.
Okay.
So
not as bad as I thought, but not.
His worst finish was 39 in Vegas.
Okay.
All right, my last one. It's a triple chance on LIV. I really like this one.
They have those?
Yep.
I didn't know they had those.
Bryson, Hatton, Koepka. Triple chance.
It's got to be 300?
On the dot.
Oh, really?
Plus 300, 25 units on the trio there. You're just happy you got it exactly right.
That should be the game.
That was pretty good.
That should be the game.
That was pretty good. That was a pretty good guess. I'm not going to lie. So, yeah, I got the trio there. I'm picking up the win here in LIV Nashville. So, I saw, let me see. There's another really good meme. This is the only thing I'm going to provide value with today in this episode is all these memes that I found. There's a really good one when someone was talking about LIV Houston or LIV Nashville and how no one's ever going to want to go. And I can't find it. I'll use it on this page usually. But the meme was, you ever see SpongeBob?
No.
I'm just making listen. There's people who haven't seen it, so they didn't have a childhood. Remember the one where he has like a stand outside his house where I think he's selling something? No, the bubbles. He's doing like a bubble show.
Oh yeah.
And like no one's
making,
around.
like different characters out of the bubbles and stuff.
Yes,
yeah.
And like at the beginning of the scene, there's like he's there blowing the bubbles, and like no one's there, and then he flips the little sign, and then all of a sudden it's massive. Everyone's there. It's like crazy busy. So like the first one was barely anyone was there. It was like Live Houston, and they flipped a sign and said, "We have Bryson." And it was incredibly busy.
That's good.
It was so funny. There's so many of those like great memes like that. I respect that more than anything. I think that people who make those memes, that is a full-time job. The fact that they are thinking of that fast. And that camera move, the camera one of them trying to chase Rory, that was amazing. Absolutely amazing. How do they find these things?
I will say that Netflix Full Swing next year is going to be elite. Elite.
We keep saying this.
I know.
We keep saying this because it's so true. I agree. I think it is.
And not to get on a somber note, but going back to the Rory thing, like leaving, it's like I hate to like get down this like somber road, but it's like we just had this whole Grayson Murray thing with like a mental health type thing, and it's like you got to think like Rory's had the whole divorce thing. And like obviously they kind of mended fences. It sounds like
maybe next week.
But like
next week might change his mind.
Yeah, then you like get this whole thing.
Maybe
like,
home for a few.
Like
weeks.
maybe I mean he had obviously this off the course thing happen, and then on the course to have this happen. Like man, I just don't get the bashing of him like not doing media. Like I just think it's crazy. It's like guys obviously got a lot going on. Then to have that happen, like oh my gosh, like just let him breathe for a minute. Jeez. Yeah, I mean, he's just a person. Like he's a person too. He's got feelings and. He's got to deal with stuff too, so it's like,
man, you are getting a little somber here.
I don't want to get somber, but
it's tear coming out of your eye.
It's just like, man, like I don't get the point of like people back. Oh, I can't believe you didn't do media. It's like they don't have to. It's not like he gets fined for not doing it. It's like it's not like an obligation. It's like
is this his second signature event he skipped out on?
Well, he skipped last year's RBC.
I know, but I want to say there was another one.
I don't know.
This is a trend. He has a bad. He
doesn't care about the money.
Doesn't play well in a major, and then he
doesn't care about the money, man.
I guess. But meanwhile, Scottie just seems to win only on the big money events. Besides this week, yeah, which had the biggest purse ever.
Yeah,
40.
What was it 4.3 to Bryson?
Yeah, $22.5 million. I think is what it was total. Bigger than LIV for the individual aspect because LIV got 5 for the team part of it. So yeah, crazy. Well.
That's all we got for this week's episode. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and tune in next week. And we'll have the recap for obviously the Travelers, LIV, and then we'll go down the dog days before the Open Championship, and then leading into the FedEx Cup playoffs.
Yep. See you guys.
Peace.